This is a video going over the Fluval 50. It was known as the Aquaclear 50, but on top of it, it actually says Fluval 50. It's a pump made for 50 gallon tanks. It's 3 stages of media. There's a very thick white sponge, and then activated carbon, and then the Biomax, Biomax bacteria media that Fluval is so well known for, I guess. This is probably one of the best pumps on the market, I think, because how it works, and I'll explain it. In my tank over here, I have a 40 and I have 2 of these going. I did have a traditional style where you just have a piece of media that just goes down the side and the water just gets pumped in the filter and it just flows through. Well, the thing with this is it pumps the water up the intake tube into the little reservoir, but then it pushes it down and through the white sponge, up through the activated carbon, and through the Biomax. Now I can actually, also if you run it at less than 100%, you can actually see down in there that when it moves, when you move it away, the impeller will continue to cycle the water that is in the pump. So if in the manual it states, if you run it at 50%, you're still running 150 gallons per hour, because it is filtering the water in the pump more than once. Unlike other pumps that it just goes through the media once. And it's basically done by, it pumps it down and then up, and then all this media is in a little gray basket that can be pulled out. And then there's, on the side, you can actually see there's some holes. Well, on the other side there's the same thing, and some water fills over into here. So when you move this over, I usually keep it at about right there. So there's a little bit of a gap, so the water in the filter gets recycled more than once. And so far, all my the only thing I've had problems with is a little bit of ammonia, and that was because of the we had some bottom feeders that didn't do their job, and there was too much food on the bottom. But I've actually been able to get that down to 0.25 parts per million now in a 40 gallon tank. And I'm running 2 of these. Like I said, I'm running 2 of these 50s. They can do 200 gallons per hour. But I'm not going to cycle it 10 times an hour. I'm going to get some water polishing pads hopefully in the future, because we do have some dirty water. I mean, we have fish living in it, so I mean, it's going to get dirty. But the water polishing pads go in here, and they're just another, you just stack your media. That's all you do. You just stack your media one on top of the other. If one's a little too big, like the sponge, I can cut a little bit off of it, so the other media will work. But basically it works. Another thing that's unique about this one, I think, it comes with an extra extension tube. Pickup tube. So I actually use it as a fish trap because I have neon tetras, and we already had one. I wasn't running this setup, and we had one get sucked in, and he actually lived. I pulled the tray out, and there he was in it. But basically I pushed the those are pretty good openings. So small fish will get sucked up, babies especially, and we try to breed our fish. So I have some mesh that I put over it so it won't suck up eggs or babies. And also I bend in the little prongs on the second one in line to basically, if a fish gets sucked in, he won't get sucked in and maybe hit by the impeller and damaged. It will just get stuck right here. I thought that was a useful feature. And another weird thing about this one is it actually comes with this dial. It has to be level to work correctly. It has to be level on the back of the tank. So all you do is you put it down in plug. First you install all your media, making sure you rinse it all off very well in non-chlorinated water. You make sure you have enough water in it to prime it. I don't know if I do. No, I do not. So with this one, what you do is you fill up the reservoir again. Make sure you have treated this water so the chlorine won't hurt anything, because it will kill that bacteria. And you want that bacteria. Bacteria is your friend. You fill it up so you see that it's sucking water up the tube, like you see. I don't know if you can see that very well. Sucking water up the tube. It goes over the back. And then right now the impeller is completely sucking only out of the tank. It is not recycling any of the water inside the filter. Now when I move this over, you actually notice that my flow rate will go down, but I'm still doing 150 gallons per hour because the impeller is still pushing the water that's in here through the media over and over and over and over again. But like I said, I usually keep it at about 75% and try to get them equal. So a little bit of the impeller showing some water is recycled more than once. But that's it when it comes to the Aquaclear 50. I will do some updates on things we do. I also bought the heater we had was not enough, so we got this top fin programmable heater. You put it at the desired temperature you want. We'll go over here. You put it at the desired temperature you want, and then it keeps it there. And if you turn it up, it turns red. That means it's on. That means it's heating. But it's a variable. It's a variable heater instead of one that just goes on and off. Like once it gets set at a certain temperature, once it gets set in that certain temperature, at 80, it just stays green and it just keeps the water warm. Every now and then you'll see it kick on red and really heat the tank up good, but not that often. Very energy efficient. So I highly recommend that, and it was less than $30, 200 watts. So I guess that's it. Peace.